Hello, everyone. Welcome back to English Cafe. We're starting a new series called Business Vocabulary Series, where we're going to focus on business vocabulary. And today is our first episode. And the first word we're going to look at is mortgage. Now, when we buy a house, most people borrow money from the bank. And this loan is actually called a mortgage. So mortgage is basically an agreement that allows you to borrow money from the bank, especially in order to buy a house. So for example, they took out a $400,000 mortgage to buy that house. Now, well, that's probably a good thing for them. But just keep in mind that if you have a big mortgage, it is really going to drain your earnings, because it also means that every month you will have to pay back the bank. Now, the next word is also related to houses. Now, prices of houses fluctuate sometimes. It can go up, it can go down. But there are times when the prices of houses would rise really quickly, like a rocket. And in those situations, we actually call them skyrocket. So we would say that housing prices have skyrocketed in recent months, for example, which basically means that the prices has increased tremendously. So that is skyrocket, which means it goes up really quickly. What about the opposite of skyrocket? The opposite of skyrocket is, unfortunately, is not earth rocket, but it is plummet. So plummet basically means it falls down really, really quickly. Again, we can use the examples of houses. We can say that house prices have plummeted in recent months. And for example, during COVID, house prices did plummet a little because there was very little demand. The next word we can talk about is a little tricky. This word is per capita. Now, when we express something in per capita, what we mean is that we're talking about per person. For example, if you say that France and Germany invest far more per capita in public transport than Britain, what it means is that per person, they actually invest more money than Britain per person, right? And we also use per capita to talk about GDP, right? If you're not sure what is GDP, GDP is basically gross domestic product. So, for example, if you look at the data of Malaysia's GDP in 2021, Google says that in 2021, the GDP per capita of Malaysia is actually about 11,100 US dollars. What it means is that on average, each Malaysian earned roughly 11,100 USD per year per person. All right, so remember, per capita basically means per person. And the last word we're going to talk about today is a cash cow, right? We often use cash cow to talk about product, and it is a product, well, just like a cow that produces milk. A cash cow is a product that provides a lot of money, provides a lot of profit to the company. So basically, it is a product, or it could be a service that makes a lot of money for the company. A very good example is iPhone, which is the cash cow of Apple. So let's try to review some of the words that we've covered today. We talk about mortgage, which is like borrowing for houses. We talk about skyrocket, which means it goes really fast, goes up really quickly. We talk about plummet, going down really quickly. And then we talk about per capita, which means per person. And finally, we talk about cash cows. And that's all for today's lesson. Thank you very much, everyone. See you next time. Bye.